Hello and welcome to some World of Tanks. Haven't played this game in a while actually, partly due to the fact I'm so bad at it. Well, I say that, but that's probably only because of the selection of tank I use, because you'll see here I'm currently hovering over a VK1602 Leopard in my garage, which I've only recently acquired, and it's one up from the Lux, which is another light tank. And in fact this tank has been very trusty, this Lux here, and I've done relatively well with it, but again, light tanks aren't for combat, they're more for scouting. And unfortunately, because this one I've only really just acquired, it's incredibly slow, it's got very little horsepower, it's got the tiers that you go up against with this tank range up to tier 8, and at that point, even a medium tank of the same tier, I cannot do any damage with this gun. And I mean, it's only like a 50mm gun, and the only damage it can do is probably against light tanks. So originally I was using armor piercing rounds, but I think you only want to be using armor piercing rounds if you can actually pierce their armor. So I kind of thought, well, I'm going to switch to HE's high explosive rounds to see if I do a little more damage. Even though it's probably not going to do much more damage, I'm hoping, because it doesn't rely on penetration, that it may actually do a little bit more. But we'll see about that. Anyway, I'm going to go into a game now. Before I do, quickly, you'll notice that this is actually relatively well armoured. I mean, if you look at this one here, you've got hull armour of 30mm, 20mm and 20mm. So that's 30 in the front, 20 in the sides, 20 in the rear. So that's pretty rubbish armour. If I got shot anywhere, it's going to do a lot of damage, whereas in this one, we've got quite a nice 50mm armor plating at the front, 30mm at the side, which again isn't really that good. I mean, if you get shot in the back, it's going to be a one-shot kill. Tart armor, again, isn't really too bad, so let's go and find a game, and hopefully I won't die in the first few seconds. That's why I kind of went through the garage stage before, so I actually had some more content, because it is quite likely that I will get killed pretty quickly, because already you can see that we've got KV1s which I think aren't quite tier 7, so we may be lucky in the sense that we're not. Okay, so I've obviously been hit with a bit of luck now, because usually I'll go up against tier 7s, that seems to be the norm, and occasionally it'll be tier 5s, and occasionally it'll be tier 8s, but hopefully this won't be too bad, considering that the bottom 5 tanks are tier 3, may actually have a bit of a chance. Only problem is, everyone will be expecting me to scout, and for the purpose of the video, I really just want to show you this tank, and preferably not get killed really quickly. So I'll say, what we want to do is kind of not go off on our own, probably attempt to survive a little longer. I'm pretty rubbish going over this terrain, but I have actually got the first upgraded engine. I did also upgrade the gun slightly, but the gun's are exactly the same size as the last one. So realistically there isn't anything particularly special, although when I had the stock engine it was incredibly slow. It was awfully slow, and the max speed is supposed to be something like 68 kilometers an hour, and I'd be lucky if I'd get to 30, whereas this one, although it's still pretty slow for a light tank, it accelerates a lot faster. You see, we're at quite a steady speed. Just wait for this guy up ahead. This is the German convoy, my little medium tank there to protect me, and I'm like this little deputy. So yeah, I'll just follow this guy along. We're already losing, actually, pretty badly. I think most of the tier 3s are already dead. 3 out of 5 of the tier 3s are dead. That's probably not a good start. Oh, actually they're going pretty quickly now. It's starting to even out a bit. Oh no, that's not good. We've lost 2 tier 5s already. Probably not the best start. I'm not actually sure what we're doing here. I think... yeah, well, I know what I am doing here. I'm just walking around randomly. Or driving around, you don't walk in a tank. Just driving around randomly, following this guy, but I think he has different things on his mind. As in, I think he's going to go in for a full-out frontal assault on their base, which I don't quite approve of, but I'm going to follow him nonetheless. So yes, I am using HE rounds now. I'm not sure how much of a difference that will make. I'm actually hoping that instead of just being bounced off or whatever, it will actually do, oh, it did 10 damage. But I suppose at the end of the day that's better than nothing. Now I'm going to try and turn around before we get some enemies on us. There's no doubt there's going to be like someone hiding about here. Other thing is, I'm not sure, I think there may be someone using artillery, but I don't think there actually is. In fact, there was someone using artillery, but I think they're now dead. It's pretty quick for an artillery guy to die. Do you want to try and have some combat? But it does look like we're losing pretty badly, I'm not going to lie. So at this point, I'm going to start to get to a better position, because it could just be like one of them comes through the trees and just shoots me and I'm dead. But it looks like they're planning to capture the enemy base, which is a rubbish idea, and they'll probably be wondering what I'm doing not helping. They're probably just like, what are you doing there, mate? Come on, gotta help us. The thing is, the first tank they'll see, well, not the first tank they'll see, but they'll see 2 medium tanks, 1 light tank. They'll be like, right, okay, one shot this light tank. And although we're capturing it pretty quickly, it's going to be pretty likely that there's going to be like a heavy tank right over there who's going to try and kill us. And there is. Again, bounced off. Not good. And we're losing it. I've been hit pretty badly, and the base capturing has gone down, unfortunately. There's no way I can do any damage to any of these tanks. They're just too good. Oh, I did actually hit one of them. I did. Anyway, I'm gonna keep on going because, to be honest, we have lost. And it's not going to be long until it says we've lost. Although we actually almost had that one in the bag, which kind of surprised me a bit. Although that guy did hit that medium tank, I'm not sure if it was me who actually did the damage. It said I did. Like the guy said, oh, you hit someone, but no, we didn't actually do any damage. Those are just the people I shot at. Effectively, I didn't do anything. So we got pretty much nothing in terms of coinage. Although that's actually quite a lot compared to what I have. That's only because this tank was a ridiculous amount of money, and although it's not a bad tank, it's pretty pathetic. Again, in combat, it's rubbish at combat, and until I get the better engine, which I'll just show you, it's rubbish. Because what we've got here, that's the gun I've got there. I think it's slightly better than that one. Really, it's just the same. Yeah, Leopard default turret on this one. Level 2 radio, it's not too bad, although technically this one is about 100 times better. Well, nowhere near 100, but you know what I mean. And I've recently acquired that engine there, which again is only like something like 90 horsepower more, and really preferably would want this one because that would make it pretty quick, but unfortunately until then we can't. And this tank here is the last one in the line. So there are no more light tanks after this from the path I've been following, but this is a ridiculous amount of money. It's actually, I think this is a pretty good tank. Again, I think once you get to tier 4 and 5, it gets to the point where the light tanks are pretty useless because you can't actually do anything. Anyway, I'll take you through a quick tour of my garage. So we've also got this one here, which is a nice tank. I like it because when I play with it, it puts me in pretty decent games actually. It never puts you in like a stupidly high game. Though to be fair, tier 5s, we were kind of lucky in that sense. Again, I didn't do any damage. Got a light tractor here. I still got this. I just think it's kind of a bit of a heritage of my garage. And we've got, yeah, this also, which is what I've been playing in. Then this little beast here, I actually bought with gold. It's a T25. It looks pretty rusty, but it's actually a very nice tank. Only problem I can say about it is that it's actually got less hull armor on the front than my Leopard tank, but it's got more on the sides and the same on the rear. And the turret armor, again, that's pretty good. Shell damage, it's okay. Penetration's pretty good. Rate of fire is pretty low actually. Yeah, but it's pretty fast. It's quite a nice tank. Got plenty of health. Then here's my lovely Hetzer, low profile, pretty sleek. Howitzer gun. I think it's 105mm. Literally one shots anything. It'll one shot a light tank. It'll one shot like a medium tank. And if you're lucky and get a heavy tank in the right place, it'll one shot one of them. But the rate of fire you'll see is only 6.98, which kind of doesn't seem that bad, but you've got to consider that's in a minute, so it's slightly under 10 seconds or so for reload, which is pretty bad. I mean, basically if you don't one-shot someone, you're screwed. If you go up against a group of people, you're pretty much dead. But I mean, it's quite nice. It's not that fast or anything. And then I've got this, which I really don't like this tank, but for some reason I seem to do well in it. I mean, I've played games with this when I've had like 4 kills or something. I don't know how. Because it's got rubbish armor, it's got rubbish firepower, and it's pretty much rubbish, although I seem to have done so well with it. Then I've got this little tank you get for after the tutorial, which isn't a bad tank. It's pretty fast. Basically, this is only built for scouting. This is primarily scouting. You wouldn't want to shoot anything with that gun there. I'm not even sure what gun that is, but it's a lot less than whatever this is. I mean, it's probably like 10mm gun or something. Anyway, thanks for watching my World of Tanks video today, guys. Hope you did enjoy it, because I haven't played this game for a while. Anyway, if you did, remember to like and subscribe. I have one small rant though. Not in a bad way, but I've just noticed I've kind of been uploading a few videos lately, and it's only some of them that get a like, because I usually like the videos on the upload with like me, because it helps like spread it out and everything, and it gets one up. But I've noticed a few of the series I do don't seem to get many likes at all, such as I don't think Herobrine's Mansion's doing so well. The Black Ops one was pretty good, so just tell me what games you want me to play, because I think the way of doing it is just getting an opinion on what you prefer. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.